My name is Doug Fitzpatrick, and I am running for a position on the Sedona Fire District Governing Board. It's pretty common knowledge these days that our firefighters do a lot more than fighting fires. They are cross-trained to provide EMS services. They are trained to deal with floods. They have to figure out what to do with hazardous materials. Mostly in the evening times, they get calls to accidents caused by drunk drivers. They get calls to deal with domestic violence, assaults, and drug overdoses. I mean, these folks really see the dark side of life. A year ago, our firefighters were first responders to a murder-suicide in the village of Oak Creek. 2 years ago, a firefighter told me about a call he had to make to a home in which a young infant had been brutalized by his mother's boyfriend, who would later be charged with manslaughter after the infant died. The question I've often thought about is, how do these firefighters do it? Why do they do it? What I've come to learn is it's not so much about the financial remuneration as it is about saving lives, making rescues, and being there at the point of need for people. I find it discouraging and ironic that a vocal minority of our community would accuse these same firefighters of corruption, of greed, and working the system. And as it turns out, our opponents in this campaign have aligned themselves with this vocal minority, thinking the worst rather than the best of these decent young men. Yes, it's true, there have been abuses in the past. No question about it. Our chief, Hazim, and his staff have taken specific actions to mitigate the abuses of the past so that they don't reoccur. But there's a lot more work to be done. And the question for the voters this fall is, what kind of relationship are we going to have between the governing board and the chief and his staff and the firefighters? Are we going to continue with the cynicism, the skepticism, the distrust, and the sometimes outright hostility? Or are we going to have a governing board that works with the chief and the district employees? My commitment to you, and I know I'm speaking for my running mates Dick Fishel and Ty Montgomery, is that we are going to work with the chief and his staff and the firefighters in making the difficult decisions that need to be made based upon the facts, because this is what is best for Sedona. Thank you.